You force it, you chase it, you beg life to cooperate. But have you ever noticed, the tighter you hold on, the more it slips through your fingers? It's like quicksand. The more pressure you apply, the faster you sink. And the moment you finally give up, not out of defeat, but surrender, everything starts aligning. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Most people believe control equals safety, that if they just plan harder, work more, worry better, things will fall into place. But control is a clever disguise for fear. Fear that without your grip on life, everything will fall apart. The truth is, the opposite happens. When you cling to expectations, outcomes, and people, you aren't living, you're managing. Letting go isn't giving up. It's breaking the illusion that you were ever in charge of anything but your response. Life isn't waiting for you to tighten your grip. It's waiting for space. And space only arrives when you finally stop trying to force the next step. This doesn't mean you stop showing up. It means you stop resisting how things are unfolding. You stop fighting reality, and instead, you start listening. And this is where movement begins. We live in a world that teaches us to hustle for clarity, to analyze every emotion, to push through every block. But not everything that's heavy is meant to be carried. Some of it is meant to be released. Have you ever sat with sadness? Not trying to fix it, label it, or explain it, just be with it. That's when something strange happens. The sadness softens. The fog begins to lift. Not because you forced it to go away, but because you gave it room to breathe. You don't make the unconscious conscious by control. You do it by witnessing without judgment. Letting go isn't passive. It's one of the most active, brave choices you'll ever make, because it means sitting with uncertainty. It means you're no longer living by survival patterns. You're choosing something more intelligent than fear: trust. Letting go isn't just hard because you care too much. It's hard because your mind is addicted to control. Worry becomes a ritual, a way of pretending you're doing something about a future you can't predict. It's like scratching an itch that never goes away. You convince yourself, if I just think this through one more time, I'll find peace. But has that ever really worked? Or has it only made the noise louder? There's a psychological term called the Zeigarnik effect. It explains how our brain fixates on unfinished tasks. But what if the task is an emotion we never allowed to finish its cycle? You're not obsessed with the future. You're stuck in an incomplete loop your nervous system doesn't know how to resolve. And this is where it gets even more real. Some people fear letting go because they believe it's giving up. But the truth, letting go is the moment you finally stop arguing with life. You stop believing that you'll only feel safe once everything is under control. Letting go doesn't mean detachment. It means trust. It means you trust yourself to respond instead of reacting. It means you trust life enough to move forward without needing to overthink every step. And when that trust starts to build, even in small moments, that's when you feel something deeper than peace. You feel freedom. You know what the real paradox is? The more you try to control your life, the more out of control you feel. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means realigning. Because when you're gripping tightly onto expectations, perfection, and the illusion of safety, you're actually disconnecting from the only moment that matters. This one. That's where the conflict begins. You live in a body that's always in the now, but a mind that's always elsewhere. You're here, breathing, existing. But your thoughts are 2 weeks ahead, 3 years behind, or spinning circles around something you said yesterday. That tension, that silent pressure in your chest, is your body begging for presence. Letting go doesn't require you to be passive. It requires courage. Courage to trust what you feel without the need to label it. Courage to watch thoughts pass without identifying with them. Courage to allow uncertainty without instantly searching for a fix. And in that space, the space where nothing is forced, you start to feel something strange, something foreign but familiar. Flow. You've tasted it before. When you're laughing with someone you love and forget what time it is. When you're walking in nature and your thoughts finally shut up. That's the state your soul remembers. Not being in control, but being connected. Carl Jung believed that our inner conflicts arise when we deny our unconscious patterns. But those patterns aren't our enemy. They're our invitation to look deeper. So instead of resisting what comes up, observe it. Let go of the idea that you need to be unshakable to be strong. Let go of the need to have everything figured out before you take a step. And watch how life begins to respond. Not when you control it, but when you finally trust it to unfold. Letting go is not something you do once. It's not a single moment of release followed by eternal peace. It's a practice, a quiet, humble choice you make over and over again. Every day your mind will offer you a new reason to grip, a new fear to obsess over, a new doubt to chew on until your chest tightens. And every day you'll be given the chance to let it pass. Not because you're numb or detached, but because you're finally present enough to see that not everything deserves your energy. You don't need to wrestle with every thought to win. You don't need to have the last word. You don't need to fix everyone around you to feel safe inside. There's a deeper intelligence that starts to wake up once you stop trying to micromanage the universe. Call it God, intuition, the higher self, the unconscious. It doesn't matter what word you use. What matters is this: life flows better when you stop interrupting it. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Letting go is the only way to finally see what's actually driving you. Because you weren't born to live stuck in mental loops. You weren't made to be a prisoner of invisible expectations. You were built to feel light, to move freely, to create without permission, to love without fear, to walk without dragging the past behind you. But here's the part that takes courage. Letting go means letting die. The version of you that needed control? Gone. The version that obsessed over people's opinions? Gone. The version that lived in survival mode and called it strength? Gone. And in that death, something beautiful is reborn. A new stillness. A new softness. A new sense of power. Not the kind that dominates, but the kind that doesn't need to. So here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, every time you notice yourself spiraling in thought, stop, breathe, and ask yourself, what if I didn't need to fix this? Just for today, let it be. Let life move without your resistance. Because the moment you stop fighting the current, you finally start flowing with it. And that's when everything changes.